Ba-da-ba-ba. Okay. Oh, righto. I'll just have to. Yeah, she's a bit low, as I say. Um, my boy broke my bloody iPad in the weekend, and so I need to go and get the screen fixed on it. Um, yeah, so let me just see if I can get this up just a fraction. Bear with me while I work my magic. Bear with me. I'll work my magic, eh? Where are we? Just a little bit there. How's that looking? Let's go to, let's try and get it there. It's yours. Not bad. It's better. Um, I think that's okay. No sound. Sounds back. Broken sound. Broken sound. Sounds good for me. No, I got sound. See, I'm looking at you guys just chatting away. Um, all good. Good to, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So sorry for the technical issues. Uh, as I say, I have an interesting life with my boy and his autism. Sometimes it's good, sometimes not the best. Okay, so but that's okay. We're here. We're gonna have a row. Oh, do you like that? That's real good. So I can see that in the background. Should pin that up. Put that up about there. Could be quite nice. Um, yeah, real good. Hole on the roof. Um, right. Okay. So today, because of the issues, I just thought we'd do a pyramid. Okay. Um, Obviously, the focus around what we're doing into this pyramid is making sure that we're focused on that good speed. Okay, that we're going to get it at every rating on the way through. So looking for that consistency at our 20, and then we move that a little bit quicker up to that 22, and then to that 24. We gain that speed. Okay, but remember, coming off the back side of it, coming down the pyramid, allow that time of the flywheel to slow down naturally. Okay, so we we can keep the acceleration on the legs, but then just take a little bit more time, right? And then keep that acceleration and right and so over those strokes, because we don't want to just go three strokes, bang, now we're back onto sort of speed we were here. We want to just let that flywheel lose those revolutions naturally, okay? Just because we're giving it more time coming forward. So it'll lose half a dozen, and then half a dozen again, and then half a dozen, and then we're back to a good speed. Okay, and then we just do that again going down the other side. Okay. And what it really does is it just allows us to think about our patients. Okay. So it's a very good, the thing with the pyramid is it's very good to get that feeling of this patience and the time that it takes us to get forward. Okay. So because we're keeping a good rhythm at 22, whatever it is. And then if we've got to go down, the only place for us to take our time instead of just stopping here, okay, is to feel this and take a little bit more time coming forward. Okay. So and remember, we're the ones that control that. If we're rolling along in a nice rhythm, then obviously the chain is helping us forward. We talk about this, the feeling in our fingers as it takes us here. So then all we're doing is we're actually just holding it back. So we're the ones that can hold it back. We're like, okay, I can hold this back. I can still feel it pulling me forward, but I'm going to be the one to take the time as I come forward. Okay. We still focus on this front turn, getting that nice compression and speed around the catch. Okay, but it just allows us to think about what we're doing. Okay. And it's a good exercise because the more we start to get a really good relationship with this machine, it means that if we're doing high intensity pieces or we're just really pumping it along, trying to do a fast 5K at say 20 or 22 rate, or whatever we're trying to do. We still understand that this whole piece from here back to here is dictated by our machine. Okay, just by literally, like just take the feet out. So we're going to slide. Okay. So if we can understand that and we can really work that, it means that this part of our stroke here is just about setting ourselves back into that position. Okay, getting that little bit of forward momentum with the bodies. Okay, not remembering that we don't need to get right over and then be stiff all the way forward. We want to be pivoting forward so we can get that body weight in front of the hips. Okay, but then remembering that as we come into the catch, we want to have that elasticity of the body, right, as we come into that catch, so that we're not stiff and rigid here, so that it looks like this, and we get there and then it's like, ugh. Okay, we've got the suppleness to feel like we're elastic. We feel this compression and that push. Okay, so that's really what the pyramid does coming off the other side, which is what we're going to work on. We're going to work on all the stuff as we're driving the machine. So pretty standard, but should be a good little workout. Okay. We haven't frozen again, which is good. Fingers crossed. Now, if we do freeze again, just remember, just keep trucking through this. Okay. You know what is on the screen. Okay. So the first one and the second one are 2-minute changes up and down. The second one, we're just going to go 20 to 25 back to 21. Okay, real simple. So let's just roll away for a bit. Just get nice and loose. Just start the warm up. I've been running around after that little terror this morning. So just remember, nice, relaxed. It is quite important in this first part to just really feel this compression, okay, and the stretch that we can create, through our feet, through the Achilles, calf muscles, and just leaving the arms out long. Remember that grip. Are we hanging or are we choking? Okay, there's quite a distinct difference. One of the best ways, if you're wanting to know whether you're sort of gripping the handle too much, is normally what's happening with the thumb underneath. Okay, so if you're gripping it hard, you've probably got your thumb wrapped right underneath, okay, holding it. Whereas if you actually just feel, okay, I've got it in my fingers, can you keep the thumb off? That might feel a bit weird, or is it just touching? Can you just feel the pressure on the inside of that thumb? That will mean that we've got that feeling in our fingers, our extremities, and we've got that nice ability to feel the pressure and the recoil of this chain. Okay. Good motion. Okay, nice rhythm, consistent. Nice and loose. Open that body out. Okay, a couple more. Easy. Okay. So nice and elastic, nice rhythm, continuous motion, really working on that good patience coming forward, okay? Understanding that, compressing with our body into the front, and then really just hanging off that catch, okay, to allow ourselves to sit back through that stroke, release around the finish, roll back to the start, okay? And then, as I say, coming down off the other side of this pyramid is where we take a little bit more time, okay? Now, with the pyramid, obviously, don't worry, the ratings, yes, but if the ratings are a little bit high, a little bit low, doesn't matter, okay? Remember, they're only a guide. We know there's going to be a definite change from sort of the start to the middle, which is great, and then back down. So if you're struggling to get it, think about it, okay, especially on the way down. But remember, don't just stop here. We've got to make sure that the motion is continuous. So just literally means, and I'm sure if anyone's using the Aru data app with their phone, you'll see stroke length, stroke time. Okay, it doesn't have recovery time, which would be great. Or does it have recovery? I don't know. That time there is just going to be longer, okay, especially as we start coming down. Right, here we go. So remember, if we have a malfunction, you guys know what you're doing. 20, 22, 24, 20, 22, 20 to 25, back to 21 on the 1 minute, 22, 24, 26, 24, 22. Okay, let's set the monitors. Boom. Select workout, new workout, intervals, time. Whack that up to 10 minutes on the set time, 1 minute on the rest time. Leave it set. Chuck your drag to where you want it. Have a play if you need to. Feet height, remember, have a change if you'd like to. And I'll give you 5 more seconds. Right, let's press that check box. Okay. Here we go. Right, nice control, nice rhythm. Relaxed. Using this body. Okay. Drive the body. Are we ready? Tension. Go. Just remember, just get this machine rolling first. Feeling this hang through these arms, under the armpit. Okay, good connection through that body. We don't have to be tight in just the core or in just the back. Okay, it should be the whole part of our body in the shape, taking the little bits of it and then working together in that sequence. Okay, nice and consistent with this chain, the patience. And we've just got a good rhythm here. And remember that once we get into the speed, all we're trying to do is protect that speed. We've got the machine rolling, and we just come forward. We feel the speed of the flywheel as we have that take up period around the catch, and then just feel the drive. Okay, up to now. So remember, a bit quicker hand speed, a little bit quicker on the leg speed. Okay, and so all we've done is move quicker, which means we've actually got more speed. We didn't have to focus about trying to specifically work harder. Okay, focus on the chain. Is it nice and flat? How much oscillation are we creating? Okay, generally that oscillation is something to do with us. Okay, hitting the body. Remember to feel as we're pressing and hanging through the drive. Feel the arms long. And then we are going to feel the acceleration of the handle right into from there into the body, okay? Because the body's done it. We've reached the maximum force through the drive. So the handle is coming to us. So when we think about the draw, we feel the draw, but we don't have to rip it, okay? Not really helping. We can hold it, brush the body, okay? Up to now. Right, so just tap it along. Move quickly and be elastic. Okay, nice squeeze. Remember the legs, the feet, the pressure. Not trying to smash the footboard. Squeezing the lemons. Remember that chain out of the housing, like a lawnmower. Oh, really good. Then we just hold this now. Okay, settle into this rhythm. Breathe. Remember to be able to take that breath in on the drive. Otherwise, we've got too much tension right up through the midsection into our chest. And we're compressing the diaphragm. Okay? Good hand. Okay? Preparing to go down. Remember, just a little bit of patience. Here we go. Now, we keep the flywheel speed. Maintain. Okay, to see that. Don't fight to try and hold the speed. Just keep moving. Feel the pick up around the front. Hold the pressure. Okay, good. Feel the seat traveling at one speed as it comes into the front. Okay? Roll with it. Okay, now we're just holding this rhythm. Patient. being loose. We've got stability, okay, but the looseness has got more of the elasticity, okay, not rigid stiff. Okay, we can be tall, we can be composed without being super stiff. We've got to have this elasticity. Okay, down 2. Now, okay, holding that speed of the flywheel. And then allowing for the patience and the time. Okay, good. Okay, feel nice. Relax the calves and ankles as we let that seat roll up underneath. Hey, remember, it doesn't matter if we get a little bit of over verticalness with the shins, because that take up is bringing us back. Now, we don't want to be getting like way over, because it's probably bringing the hips up underneath us slightly. As long as we've got this forward motion, we're keeping the body towards that 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock, good way you're watching me. That gives us our motion, giving us that 60-degree range of swing, okay? Smooth, last few. Okay, good. Nice, okay? So, good start, good pace, okay? How did you feel yourselves come down off that top rate, okay? From the top of Tutankhamun's pyramid. Okay, how did we fall off? Was it nice and steady? Or did you feel yourself like, oh, I couldn't get the rating down? So then I found myself sort of pausing a bit. Okay, rather than thinking that this, our control forward, okay? It's really easy. We could do like 14 rate if we had a drive and then a patience to come forward, okay? But we don't do that. Right, here we go. On for 20. So every minute, we have a change. Let's start off by feeling this elasticity. Don't feel like we're grabbing and we're really strong out of that catch, like, wow, getting the weight, okay? Let's feel that strength through the hang resistance, okay? How much pressure can I put on while I can still hold the body in that position? Okay, that's what we're trying to achieve. Rather than being tight and strong, let's use that hang, elastic tension of our muscles to hold what we're doing. Right, up 1. So these 1 changes, obviously not much, but it does mean that we have to feel the rhythm. A little bit more speed. Okay. Good. And we can feel that rhythm now. We've got this continuous motion. We can feel this recovery feeling like it's one motion, right? At 21 rating. Okay, up one again now. So we're giving it a little bit more feet on the leg. A little bit more motion of the body. Staying loose. Relax. Good. Okay. Feel this change in direction out of the front. Hey, remember there is that taper. So we don't want to try and hit or feel real solid there. Okay. We've got to make sure we've got the hang and it's that increase through the drive. Okay. Up one. Okay. 23. Nice rhythm. Feel the hand round the finish. Hey, brush the body. Remember the supple knees. Hey, we want to get the hands out to them or slightly in front of them if we can. It's always a good collection point or thinking point in your head. Because if you're here, okay, we probably haven't quite got as much pivot as we'd like. Right, up two, up one, sorry. 24. A nice rhythm. I feel that hang. Good. Feel its compression. Feel the body just coming through this front space right here. Okay, good. Nice. Right. Up one more now. Okay, breathe. Continuous motion. Supple. Feel the rhythm. Okay, feel this body and driven back. One motion. Okay. Not trying to have a push and then go. Let's hang and sit back. One swing through the drive. Okay, breathing. Make sure there's no chest tension, shoulder tension. Down one. Now. Okay, there it is. Good. Real good. Patient. Okay. Feel what's happening in our shoes, in our feet. And letting that speed maintain. Down one. Now, feel the fingers, control of that handle. Still with one speed forward. It's just slightly slower. Okay, 9. Right, feel this press. One motion on the drive. Hang. Feel the sequences, the legs, driving that body. Down one now. Relax the handles at the finish. Okay. Release. Brush the body. Try and feel the elbow being drawn past the body. Okay, good. Breathe. Patience. All right, last chain. Now, ride the slide forward. Okay. Once we get this pivot, giving ourselves a little bit of momentum with the body. One speed on the slide. Okay. Have a look. One speed. That's it. And then body natural. And press. Feel the feet. Feet coming onto the lemons. And take up like a lawnmower. Okay. Piece of cake. Hey. So it's slightly chaotic. Okay. Especially when you're changing every minute. And hence why I say don't worry too much about the rating, because if you like, so I'm jumping between 23, 24. Oh no. Let's keep the rhythm and work on the feeling, work on the motion. Think about how it's going. Take a check. Are you coming too slow forward? Are we over controlling it? Right? So there's a lot of things that can happen, but at the end of the day, just keep this rhythm, keep this motion, okay, keep this compression, and then remember, lawnmower, spinning top. We can't hit. Got to take that speed with us. Right, here we go. Last piece, 22. Okay, just be elastic here to start. I say, it's always better when we start off the piece just to get this flywheel moving. Could take us 20 seconds, could take us 30 seconds. We get the speed here. We get to our rhythm. We find our point, our length, our finish swing point, and then we roll through it. Okay? Patient. Good. Good hand. This is good. And nice long arms. Let's feel this hang under the armpits. Relax. The back muscles, the core. Okay? All helping hang. And the breasts, the quads, the glutes and the hammies, driving us through the middle. Okay? Up to now, hands, feet. Just like that. See how that does that small change. Now create this rhythm as our new normal. Okay? Think about it like that. This is now the speed. I have to move my hands around the finish. It's the speed I got to feel coming into the front. Okay? And then hang away at it. Feel the efficiency. Patient. Okay? No tension in the shoulders. Okay? Nice. Take up and press. Press and swing. Okay, so when we go up here, remember, just tap it along. Find the rhythm. It's going to feel continuous, like the metronomic. We're going to sit on it as efficiently as we can, and then be patient as we come down. Okay, last change up. Now, remember, elastic. There it is. Okay, hanging those fingers, armpits. Okay, and breathe with me. Relax the face. Okay, one push. Sequence it out. Smooth drive. Hands around the finish. Draw. Brush the body. Good. Okay, sit here. Tapping the flywheel. Efficiency. Hey, No arms. Okay, good. Right. So think about this flywheel. Think about its movement. More patience, down 2. Now, keep holding the speed. Good. Okay, nice. Okay, so see how it's slowly decreasing. I'm getting close to my 3. Okay. Now make this a new rhythm. Okay. Focus on the movement speed at 24 rating. The hand, patient around the finish. Hands out over the knees. Couple knees. Okay. Good. One motion as we push that body open. Okay, patiently down 2. Now, hang. Okay. More time on the recovery. Hang. Arms out of the socket. Rhythm. Okay. Breathe here. Stay relaxed. Okay. Check your composure. I'm sweating. I'm puffing. Maybe the last minute, let's feel smooth. Motion. Rhythm. Okay. Take up and sit back. Good. Hold this. Really feel it. Think about it yourself. Boom. Look at that. I use that guy. Lovely. Okay. A bit more sweatier in this place. Okay. Just lovely. Okay. Pyramids. Really good way about working on your control. Okay. And now, when I mean control, I mean how you're moving with the machine. Because The only way for us to get rating, right, or to decrease rating is we're generally not doing it by lessening the pressure. Okay. We generally look at the pressure, as I say, like the difference between just reset the menu. You're always producing a solid amount of pressure. Okay. It doesn't matter if you're at 18, 26, 28, but it's not like you're doing double the amount. Okay. You're only getting up towards double the amount when you're absolutely reaming it for 1,000 meters or so, right? And that's top level. So when we're increasing through the ratings like this, we've got to remember that the speed's actually coming from us getting back to there quicker to not let that slow down as much. So we keep that speed going. Okay, that's all it is. So when we're moving like that, it's all about how can we move really efficiently, right? And do I get to the front and then I'm like, really trying to take it? Or am I actually coming in to feel that speed around the catch, right? Am I coming in to be, and then I feel the speed, I get onto it, and then I use all of my body to be able to make that stroke. Okay. So when we're going down, it's just that realization of what effect we have on the machine. Okay. And there'd probably be quite a few people. I do it as well. You go down a little bit low, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I've got to work a bit harder to keep it going. Okay. No, just move that a little bit quicker again. Okay. So you get back to here before that flywheel starts to die. Okay. Because every time, it's moving here, it's dying, it's dying, it's dying. So it's going to be that heavy. Now, if I went back there and then picked it up again, it doesn't slow down as much. Okay. So just keep thinking of those fundamentals of the machine to you and your score and your rating and all that sort of stuff, right? Because that's really what we're trying to do here. And I keep saying it, is that we have to understand what we're doing to affect the machine. Too often, everybody's focused on, oh, I've got to do this to the body, blah, 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 really drive, remember, really drive the body back. It's like, yeah, but got to remember what we're actually doing here, because this chain is running across a gear that runs into there that spins a flywheel. So we've really got to think about what we're doing to that, okay? And hence why we can't make this gear or this flywheel go from 0 to 100 there, okay? But we can through there, okay? Completely different. And that's what we've got to keep thinking. Now, I know it's hard to be like, oh, I feel like I don't get it enough in this part of the stroke, okay? And that is one of the most, say, the hardest thing to get right is around here and around this front, okay? And sometimes it's just a matter of rolling in, trying to feel that pressure here, and you can feel it starting to pick up in speed, okay? Because quite often people are like, oh, I missed that part, before I sort of felt like I then got onto it, okay? And yes, but remember, that's this motion of the body, this accordion, this spring, this roll in, okay? And you can do it here now if you're on the machine. Just roll into here as far as you can and try and hold your body there, right? You can't, okay? Because your body's elasticity is pushing us back. So if you just rolled in, okay, I feel like my natural position's about here, okay? So if I just rolled up, and that's what we've got to think too, okay? Don't be super concerned about like, oh, I've got to get all this leg out the front. It's like just get to where your body can or wants to or is able to, right? That's all we've got to do. Great, right. We're going to be on the laptop chat today. I could probably respond. I've seen a message. There it is. Right. Where are we? Great workout. Thanks, Eric. Great visualization to keep the movement smooth. Ashley. I was able to efficiently keep pace whilst changing stroke rate. Great. That's exactly what we're after. We really want that nice relaxation. And as all that palaver that I was saying at the end there, that just got to remember that this is a machine, right? And we're trying to work within the confines of the machine, and hence why this whole elasticity that I talk about now, if people are struggling with that, then you could drop your drag factor down a little bit, because what you'll feel is that you'll feel it being that the flywheel is going to move a bit quicker, so your drive will be a bit quicker. It means you could probably just feel yourself come into the front. Whereas if it's a little bit higher, what can happen is that you're probably working the stroke a bit much, so that then when you're coming forward, you just don't have enough time with that sort of patience. Okay. Robro's alive, yet still breathing. Very meditative session. Close my eyes and focus on rhythm and stroke rate. Change it instead of looking at the monitor. Yeah, we're good. Yep. No, absolutely perfect. Final 22 section of the last felt great. Numbers stayed good too. Hang felt best I had. Jamie. Yeah, great. Okay. That's the stuff we want to feel, right? And just remember, like, the whole workouts never feel great, right? And if we're trying things, we've got to remember that it's still the rule of thirds, right? Third's pretty good, third's okay, third's pretty shit. Okay. It doesn't matter about when that all those thirds are. Might even be today, that it could be a week of thirds. So today was real shit. I don't know. But just remember, while we're working on things, that there's going to be an opposite reaction, right? So if we're really focused on one part of the stroke, we're probably going to forget about a couple of other pieces. And that's what we've got to think about, is that while we're working on one thing, other things could go astray. That's why we're always talking about different parts, finish, handle. Yep, nice. Now relax the feet coming into the front. Because otherwise, if we're thinking about this finish, we're thinking, oh, yeah, good core structure, good posture. Shit, I forgot to get out. Oh, shit, I didn't get enough length off the back. So there is so much to think about, but fundamentals is how we're this flywheel, the speed that it's decelerating, the sound that it makes, the feeling that we create through the stroke. Because at the same time, it's the feeling of how you're doing it, which tends to be what we want to feel, right? So if we feel like it's like, oh, there's a good connection, then it feels nothing, and then I feel a bit more at the finish, we're slightly disjointed, right? Or you might feel not much and then more through the back. And it's like, okay, I've got a very strong back half of the stroke, but I might not be working on that front. So just think about those things as you're doing it, and just remember this. It's one motion. Okay. When you hear that flywheel go, okay, we just know that whatever we're doing through this, we want all of those pieces to interlock with each other, right? To overlap, so that the legs are driving, and then as the legs are driving, oh, the back keeps coming in. Oh, that's real good. Now the body's coming in, and then the arms, boom, we finish. Okay. And that's how it could be, not disjointed, like push, swing. Like, I know those are the fundamentals of learning, but at the same time, the smoother we can make this, the overlaps that we get in the pressures, the better we're going to be. Okay. Uh, I rebelled against the downside of the last pyramid and stayed 26. Good one. Good one, Robro. That's why you took a little bit longer. Eric can confirm, Neil, but I don't use my thumb much at all through in the stroke. Yeah, well, that was one thing. I feel like this is a really interesting one, because I've seen a few videos online about people talking about grip and all this sort of thing. And as mentioned, there's quite like, let's say, right angled knuckles, okay, like that. Okay. And then there's a little bit more, like, I would say, finger, nearly. It can't be like flat finger, because otherwise you're only just in the top of the thing, but it's more there where the knuckles are sort of at the top, and that's sort of 45 degrees, like that, I would say. So, but the biggest thing is that if you've got this thumb underneath, right, it's like if you're holding if you're holding a drink bottle, okay, you can't really just hold a drink bottle like that. You've got to have the thumb underneath, which means that it's more like that. But remembering that this chain is basically wanting to go that way, so we don't specifically have as much like vertical like gravity trying to let this chain go down because there's so much horizontal force on it. And so that's why with the handle is that we can feel it, right? But it's how do you feel with your hands, right? Are you better with your fingers? Or are you better with like the whole palm? And those are the things you will have a personal preference to because of the person that you are, right? And just because of the way that I've done it for years is trying to understand that you don't have to have the full fucking grip of your hands to be able to to do it, right? There's such an element of our fingers being so strong from evolution and stuff that we can just hang off it, and we're not. It's not like when at any stage, apart from like the first stroke, are we going to be trying to rip 1,000+ watts? Okay, we're continuing this movement, and if we're tight here, you've got to remember that the other part as well is that if you tense here, right, I can feel it right up and through here. Now, if I was there and I know that I've got something there, I know that there's like this tension there, but it's not like it's locked out. Okay. And just little pieces like that can help you with your stroke and the way that you're doing it just because of that alone. Okay. Perfect. Right, guys. I've got a few meetings to go to. Big day on the Reno. That'll be coming soon. Keep it up. Okay. Well done to everybody. Awesome work. We'll be back. No, we're not back here next week. Okay. We've got a break next week. I'll see whether I can get a session up, but I don't have the iPad. I'll see what I can do. Um, I've got to get a belly button hernia fixed. Okay, so that'll put me up for about a week. We'll come back and we'll do something light. We'll be fine. Drop the drag. We'll be good. So until then, keep up the good work. Keep training hard. Keep working on your rhythm with your machine, okay, and the setup that you've got. Nice and patient, nice and relaxed. Keep it moving. Bob's your uncle. Okay. Right. Thanks, Tony. We'll see you back here soon.